And back we are. This is one of those games, despite being from 2009, that really does not want you to alt-tab out of it. That was a bit of a problem. It got stuck, and then kept flickering to be always on top. Tried opening Task Manager opened behind it and was inaccessible, so I had to do the old shift click and move in order to get Task Manager on another screen to shut it down. Gentlemen?
Stay away, this is family business.
Yes, and the controversy will be solved pretty soon with this blade.
I'm just going in
Let
the
me
house.
pass. I'm just going in the house.
What did she say? Damn, where were we?
So yeah. I'm gonna keep doing that for the whole playthrough. I'm never gonna get used to it. So, this house, there are two things we need to pick up here. These idiots outside were faffing about a will. A will is located up there. The pliers are located up there as well. There's another item in there. There are actually three things we need to get. Excuse me. So, we're going to do that. Pick up the pliers. Suddenly, puzzled. I don't know if you can convince these guys to go in the house and just do it themselves. I'm sure there's some other way to get around it. Come on. Nice attention to detail down there. We cannot pick that up. I have tried.
I'll just go in there and search for the will.
You will go nowhere.
Oh, come on. What would you do with it anyway? You probably can't even read.
What? I had the same education as you. Just because I spent my money on things other than women and wine, there's only one. You think I can't read a silly...
They'll go on for that for about a minute or so. None of the information there is particularly useful or interesting. I'm sure you can help them find the will, but we're just not going to do that. 2, 4, 3, and 1. There is the will.
The will. It says everything should be given to Nesto, and there is something about an unseen blade.
You can't interact with these again. That unseen blade is our second hint that there is something here. So let's go out and deal with this.
I'll just go in there and search for the will.
You will go nowhere.
Oh, come on. What would you do with it anyway? You probably can't even read.
What? I had the same education as you.
Surprise,
all right, fellas.
Surprise. Now, let me see what the old fogey wrote down.
Don't give it to him. He'll twist it for his own good. You'd best read it out to both of us. This place would make a great shelter for homeless children. That was always my dream.
What? Here? In this forest? Honestly, Don, a pub with some gambling and plenty of ladies would suit this village far better. Or I'll just tear it down and sell the wood. They seem to need some up here.
This is my final will. I command that all that belong to me shall be...
So, Nesto is the red guy, Don is this guy. You could choose different options. I'm going to
given to the family of Nesto.
do that.
Fate is with me once again.
Unbelievable. You don't deserve it.
Finally, I'll have some money in my pockets again, as it is fitting for someone of my nobility.
Nobility? It'll be gone in a week on wine and women anyway.
There's more, except for the unseen blade. Hidden in the world of twilight, it will be searched for in due time, and only discovered by its heir, the one without family, will be reunited with the past.
What is he going on about? A blade hidden in a twilight world?
Strange. It says, the one without family. There's only one person without a family in this village. Me.
So, you think this message was intended for you?
Well, why not? She seems a little mysterious to me anyway. Well then, let me invite you all into my new mansion and see if we can make head or tail of things. Not that we'd be any good in supernatural stuff, but having been educated in precision mechanics in our youth, we could possibly help you open some locks.
Picking a lock is just a matter of finding the right order. Trivial for people like us, trained in fine craftsmanship.
The door is now unlocked. We'll wait for you outside.
So I thought I'd just be quiet and present that with absolutely no context. The first time I saw that, I thought I had to click on something. No, they just know how to do that, and they don't tell you how to do that. We're in here. The blade is just in a completely inconspicuous location that's got a flickering skull. It's, you know, obviously there's something there. You'd be forgiven for thinking that this weapon is really cool, and you can just use it until it tells you very briefly that the Moonblade is broken and you can't use it. So we have to go get it fixed. It's a bit of an ordeal. There is something here too. I don't know what it is or what it's supposed to be, but it's there. It's That's an interesting effect. Alright, we'll steal some bread. Completely fine bread, by the way. And get out of here. A lot of dialogue to get through. These guys are going to start talking again.
Look, I found it.
Amazing. It's just like in the legends.
Looks pretty battered to me. Maybe you should let a smith take a look at it before you give it a whirl.
Speaking of which, how can you be sure you're the one the blade was intended for?
I suggest you bite your tongue, or you'll be the first to find out.
Now that our dispute is settled, we'll be going back to Venice. And regarding these strange foreigners on the road, it would be safest if we travel together.
Strange. For once, I agree with you.
I need to get to Venice too.
Then you are most welcome to join us. We'll wait for you at the tunnel entrance, and only enter it when you're ready. But first, we need to be sure you won't get cut into pieces by the next rogue that comes by.
So, how about we test your fighting skills right here, right now? What do you say?
All right.
Yes? Great. Spar with me and listen to my advice. Some enemies are skilled enough to block your blows. In that case, a direct attack won't harm them. However, if you're quick enough, you can attack them from the side or behind. You do this by performing a quick roll, followed by a strike. Roll to the left or the right, and then strike. Try it now.
This will be really
Roll
quick.
and strike.
Yep, come on, come on.
I'm amazed. You're as quick as you're sharp-witted. The next thing to learn would be performing combined attacks. But for today, this should suffice. You did surprisingly well. Maybe you'll stay alive until we reach the coast.
Well, if you carry on training, you might even live to see the gates of Venice.
Can you give me more protection?
The best we can do is be your company while you travel to Venice.
And having you around will make the trip more enjoyable, too, as there will be someone with sense to talk to. We'll go now. Meet us in the village when you're ready to go to Venice.
And don't forget to fix this cursed blade. Any power you may awaken from it will doubtless be an advantage on our way. Oh, and take this. It's my travel journal. It may prove useful.
A good idea. Have mine too. But don't forget to give it back to me when you've finished reading.
Yeah, so they just walk this way. You can actually do that. It doesn't look like you can. Slopes that are like that in other areas you cannot walk up, but whatever. You know, it is what it is. The game has zoomed me in again. It really does enjoy taking control of your camera, and there's nothing in that pot. There's nothing through here except for a mushroom. Nice. So that whole encounter was basically doing all 3 quests that we would have had at once. I'm not sure what's up with Don's dialogue in that last little bit where he starts whispering, but his mouth is moving ever so slightly, and then he gets really loud afterwards. It's something. There are a lot of odd quirks with this game, I suspect. That is why the review scores were fairly low, and reviewers mentioned it quite a bit. But I'm sure there are people who enjoy this game. I don't mind it, personally. But there seems to be a lot of... Okay, come on. You can't put a mushroom there and not allow me to get that. If I get stuck there, I won't be able to get out either, so, they can keep it. Yeah, Devil's Cap. There are plenty of little things around here. I want to get level 3 before we head back, which means combat. Ah, shit, there's 2 of them, isn't there? Oh no, cool. We will take virtually everything from people we kill. There's no reason not to. You can sell all of it. And you will need it. Though I've only ever bought consumables. Now, a weird thing with this game, as you can see, enemies won't always take damage, and you were the same. If you're rolling and you get hit, it doesn't look like it negates damage, but it certainly decreases damage. And how much and why, I don't know. If enemies take hits while they're standing still, they might take damage or they might not. There have been instances where I've completely stun-locked an enemy and they just haven't taken damage. It'll be something we have to deal with. As you can see, getting behind things is always best. It's possible that it's simply the direction you hit someone in, whether you're hitting the front, sides, or back, if it does all damage or none. Blocking is very frustrating, especially as you'll find out when we go up there and look at skills. Weapons are treated differently. That Moonblade is its own type of weapon, and the swords are different weapons as well, all with different skills. I swear I turned the music down. It does not feel like it. We'll try to collect as much copper as we can. There are traders that will buy virtually any item off you, and all for seemingly the same price. Which is good for us. We will access the mines in a bit. We should head back, and we'll get we'll definitely get a level. We might get 2. Actually, no, we will get a level going back because we triggered a bunch of spawns up here. So there are now assassins just around this corner. There he is. Bit unfair. We can learn how to block. It isn't as useful as you might think. Certainly not as useful as it is on these guys. Grab a bit more copper. It's always good. Might eat some bread. Alright. I don't want to fight both at once. I think there's another guy over there. So let's see if we can just grab one. You saw us hitting him while he was rolling didn't do really any damage. Fuck you, man. We really should have him dead to rights here. There we go. We really should, and we did. Get some fruit, some granolas, yeah, some good stuff. I only want to pull one at a time. The difficulty with fighting multiple assassins is if they block, you might not hit both of them. Might just stop, allowing the other one to then hit you. That's not a good situation. Yeah, he's... Let's just rush this guy. There is our level. Let's head back into town. Plenty of good stuff we can get. back in here.
Hey, how can I help you?
Gonna give him the pliers.
I found your pliers.
Ah, great. And while you were gone, I've had a chance to fix my bellows. I am a smith again. Well, an unpaid blacksmith in a burnt-down village.
Yeah, he says that. I don't know what he means or why that matters.
Hey, how can I help you?
I found the Moonblade, but it seems to be broken.
Moonblade. So, the legends were true. Can I touch it? This is amazing. Where did you get this thing?
It's mine now. That's all that matters.
Oh, keep your secrets if you like. I'm not that interested anyway. It's not as if it really matters where you found it, because this thing's broken. So, unless there's also a leprechaun you can squash to steal the metal that came from the moon, you'll find the remain useless. Ah, and before you ask, only the miners at the copper mine down in Ivy Creek would tell bedtime stories of that sort. You may want to pay them a visit.
That is one of the few different instances where the subtitles just don't match. It's something.
What are you going to do now?
Well, what do you think? I don't have many options. I'll go on working till the end of things, or at least until I find a better smithy. Like in Venice. Oh, how I'd long for a smithy there. If someone offered me a smithy in Venice, I'd move there right away. Oh, but wait, it'd take me about 10 lifetimes' work till I could afford such a smithy. So, forget about it.
Alright.
Goodbye.
There is nothing else he can do for us.
So many good men have died. Who's going to mine the copper ore now?
Can you tell me more about the copper?
As you know, this village depends on the copper mines. I'm a merchant. Until now, I have sold the ore to traders from Venice. But most of the miners were killed. There's no more food on people's tables and there's nothing left to sell. At this rate, we'll have to abandon San Pasquale lest we starve to death. I think a few of the survivors went down to Ivy Creek. I'm sure they can tell you more. In the meantime, if you find any copper ore on the way down to the mines, I'll buy it off you for a fair price. I need to keep trading somehow. Oh, and before you go, I have an old Imperial sword on sale. It might be useful to defend yourself in the wilderness. If you bring me enough copper ore, I'll be happy to sell you the blade.
Now, she says that,
I
but
would like to trade.
we can buy that sword straight up. Without even selling anything, we can get it. This blade, I initially thought just having these was fine. The extra 3 damage doesn't matter. For the time being, that extra 3 damage, it matters. And we can sell all of these for 80 gold, so not an issue. We have a few things. Copper can be sold for 2, we get 60 out of that. We're just not going to. The lantern and the fish oil aren't useful for a long time. In fact, even the time where it tells you to use it, I've not seen any purpose.
Hello?
I would like to...
Just get rid of all those. Perfect. We might get accosted by some... I think it's this guy. Oh, cool.
We've heard that the mountain so we've decided that we should firstly decide what to do before we set off.
Let's just go there and slash those creatures to pieces.
A cunning plan. Still, we've heard that no mortal blade can harm them. Speaking of mortal blades, didn't you just inherit a very special weapon? Maybe if you get it fixed, this will open the passage for us.
Maybe we should take a look at them.
You're free to go there and look at them as long as you like, but staring at them will not defeat them. Some very clever villagers claim they already tried that one.
See you later.
Okay, well, so long as they try... Why is your resting pose, like... Something wrong with Dawn.
Hello.
See you later.
You're not useful. We'll be heading down here. As I mentioned, there is a... Well, his name is Brawler, but he is a skill trainer. Skill trainers are all over the place. They can only train you in certain things.
Hey, Scarlett, come over here.
He's also going to sass us. Quite a bit.
Hey, Scarlett. You survived the attack.
I did. Why do you sound so surprised?
I saw your fighting style last night. Luck must have been on your side. In all seriousness, though, there are some things that you have to remember. When you go head-to-head with your enemy, every last one of them has a weak spot. And there are no exceptions. Everyone. Except you, of course. You've got more weak spots than a 4-year-old pumpkin. But last night, I found those bastards' weak spot. And I can show you how to fight them. If you want. Also, if you're experienced enough, I can teach you some new combat skills.
So he can do that.
Teach me new combat skills.
It's not much, but it's a start.
This is our combat skill thing. These aren't combat skills, these two. They're just skills. We will be taking Beast Knowledge, all levels mastered. This basically means that if we kill something that is a beast, except for beasts named Beast, we can get some leather from them. Sword Mastery will allow us to strike a 3rd or 4th time. I'm not sure how far the skill goes. With combinations, clicking the button once will do 1 strike. Hitting it a 2nd time at the appropriate time will do another, and then so on and so forth. I have found that the game is true in what it says. If you continue those combo chains, you will do more damage with each individual attack. Whereas the left right that I'm doing at the moment, it's okay. It stun locks quick, but if you want to do more damage, you do have to slow it down and hit at the right time. That being said, stun locking works, and it might take a while, but you will just knock something up against a wall and just, 1,000 lashes, basically. This will give us access to Sword Block if we take Mastery. Sword Block is fundamentally useless. It does block an attack, and that ain't bad. But it's not useful. And it also has a cooldown. Even though it says 0 seconds, it definitely has a fucking cooldown. There's probably some good stuff here. These damage values aren't great, but as you level things up, they will get better. Moonblade Mastery will let us, of course, do things with Moonblades. Block is very far down the line. This is probably pretty good. We can use hammers as well. We get a hammer before we get a spear. I didn't know we could sneak, but that ain't bad. Stunning would be nice too. For now, I'm going to get Sword Mastery 3. This guy also mentions that he can teach you how to find weak spots, so we're going to talk to him again.
Hey, Scarlett. Back for some training?
This might be the last thing we do in this video.
Show me how to fight these assassins.
Okay, now, I'm going to come at you like an enemy would and perform a standard attack. Only difference is I'm a little more heavy-footed and more handsome. Unfortunately for them, their normal attack is also their weakness. Once they commit to the attack, all you have to do is dodge out the way. They're not very fast when they strike, so it shouldn't be a problem for you. And you'll be in a perfect position to counter-attack. Now, let's put it into practice. Try to hit me 5 times with a counter-attack. But if I hit you twice, you lose. Are you ready?
I think I actually have to let him strike. Come on. Oh, okay. He's got one of those.
Congratulations, you did well. Now that you've learned the basics of combat, you should take this sword with you. It was left behind in the attack. I'm sure you'll know how to put it to good use. Now you should try to find a trainer who can show you how to roll and strike. And if you're experienced enough, then come back and I can teach you some new combat skills.
I actually didn't know he just outright gave you a sword if you did that. Should have got that sword straight off the bat. Really should have done that. Anyway. I suppose if you ever play the game for yourself, now you know.
Hello.
I would like to...
We will sell it. We don't need it. We got something better. So, next time... Hi. I mean, sure, whatever. So you saw that was a lot quicker. That little spinning attack that we did at the end, that was the third part of the combo, and it fucks, usually. Anyway, we're going to go up here next time. If I can get through this combat, we will have access to a blade that does 3 extra damage, which will make the rest of everything very easy. If not, I'll just die. I haven't died in this game in the 5 or so hours I've played, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, next time, up there.